Yo, what is up, everybody? And we are back for week number 11 Challenge Circuit course guide, walkthrough, whatever this may be. This week, you all have the Lake of Bays Classic at Georgia Match Club Tour Edition. You're currently looking at the course conditions for round number 1. Low wind speed, wind directions to the south, normal or default fairways. Greens are firm, green speed's fast. Time of day is morning, weather is overcast. My time with the course for this week, it is a fairly straightforward course. It's gonna be very scoreable, especially on the par 5s, which are all reachable with these conditions. We're just gonna do a nice little playthrough here, show you the spots to pick out, and hopefully you all can go out there and maybe make a cut, maybe get a promotion mark, do some work out on the TGC tours. This week, I am actually going to play in the Challenge Circuit Society. That way you can just see some scores that people are putting up for round 1, just so we can gauge what kind of scores we might see in the Challenge Circuit this week. So let's hop out onto the course, get started. Georgia Match Club. Here we go. Hole number 1. You're going to see a lot of these, like these big, huge landing zones on fairways and stuff. It's a pretty forgiving course, especially since it is all light rough. This is all light rough. So if you go into the rough, you can bounce back from it very easily. So it's a big grip it and rip it kind of course this week for you all. So do that. Grip, rip. You should be good. Going uphill, but that's kind of what we wanted. Start her off with a birdie. 1 under. The last round I shot here, I shot a 13 under, so we'll see how we can do now that I'm actually recording. All right, one of the hardest holes on the course, but if you just, as long as you just keep it left, run it back to the hole. If you end short, you're perfectly fine. Ending to the right, though, that is not good. So try to avoid going to the right. Get the power right. Again, ending here though, this is a pretty fairly straightforward up and down. Perfect. I haven't got birdie on this hole yet. I haven't got birdie on this hole one time. Yeah, looking at some scores that we expect to be. Nice little 7 under there. All right. This all slopes back to the right. And also, honestly, attack every single fairway. Because like I said, it's all light rough around here. So, just attack. It's completely fine. This will roll back. And even if we do end up in the rough, I didn't come back enough. Even if we do end up in the rough, like I said, look, we're hitting out 92 to 97% right now. So just don't be afraid to go for some of these, fairways and be a little aggressive, because you can always just recover out of it and get yourself a green in regulation and a putt for, like we have here, a birdie. So let's see if we can Drano max this. A little deep. I broke a ton at our feet. A lot more than I thought I was going to. That's right. 2-putt pars we will take as well. All right, first par 5 coming up here. Grip and rip right down the middle. Avoid down here at all costs, just because you get down here, you won't be able to recover too handily from it, just because this lip is gigantic. So keep this right. If you go in the bunker in the right, that's okay. I mean, you definitely want to keep it in the fairway just so you can go for it in 2. Just do not go left into that bunker. Keep it as right as you can. And we're in a position now to go for this. A little too much. That's all right, though. This will come back some, and we will have a putted eagle, which is what we're looking for. Just a chance at eagle. All right. All right. See if we can make it. Close. We will take a birdie instead. What you saw there is pretty much all of the par 5s. Most of them are reachable in 2. The last ones you do have to use the driver, but to get it up on your second shot. But you can make it on all. Another grip and rip. Try to keep it right half. That way you can just have a little bit of a shorter shot coming in, especially since this slopes out to the right. So you can roll down this hill nicely. And get yourself a nice shorter shot coming in on your second shot. Ginnell. Oh, man. Woo. Almost. Are you going to break at my feet? Probably. You broke the wrong way. I even pulled that. That's a birdie I got to make. I pulled it and it still broke to the right. Well, that's good to know. You end up over there. Yeah, I mean, it's not a whole lot of, like, commentary or anything that I can do with this course. There's a couple of spots, like you've seen, in some of the fairways to aim for. But for the most part, this course, in general, plays just overall fairly straightforward. You know, try to stay beneath the hole because you'd rather have this uphill putt than putting downhill. So, you know, keep that in mind on the greens. This course plays very well uphill. I wish I'd stop pushing and pulling putts as we lip out another. We should have back-to-back birdies there. Sorry, back-to-back-to-back. We should be 4 under right now. It's unfortunate. All right, our next par 5. Keep it right. Again, if you go left into the rough, you can still get up there. So, you know, don't be afraid to attack this. Just try to keep it right. Kind of propel this ball a little off this hill to give you a little extra distance off to the left side here. That way you can bring, you know, 4-iron, 5-iron in. 4-iron in for us. Almost a perfect distance too. See if we can get this close. Yep, fasted it, so we're gonna end up in bunker, which isn't bad. It's a nice little easy splash shot up here. And now we are going for a birdie. Which we nail. 2 birdies, both par 5s. That's good. That's what you want to get on these par 5s, just because they're so scoreable and not that easy of places on the greens for round 1 pins. They're easy pin locations. Jesus, that's what I'm trying to say. All right, this hole is a little bit more trickier. You can bring in like a 3 iron, 4 iron into this. I don't suggest it because you're going to be bringing a 3 wood in on your second shot. What I do, and what I think you should do, if you play for perfects, you can really loft this thing up right over this tree. It'll get up over that tree. What I've been doing is I've been lofting it up, doing a little bit of a fade because I play fast off the drive. So, but you can get it up and over this, which is what we're going to do. Just go up and over with your driver. If you play for a perfect, just loft it up. If you play for like a fast, like I do, play it up like that with a little bit of fade on it. And you will be safe up here for a nice little 9 iron in. You can do a 3 wood in too, just to, if you're a little scared about going into the water, which is a real possibility on this hole. I haven't done it yet. I usually keep it as far right as I can. But just know that you can take a 3 wood into it, if you're feeling a little bit nervous. Man, sure, I'm glad my swing has disappeared. Yet again. That's exciting. Back nine's a lot more scoreable, too. All right, and we end it with this. A nice little short par 4 that you can go for, which I am absolutely going to go for. Take a little bit of distance off, a little bit of fade. Aim it off here to the right. Go for a fast. Skip it right up onto this green. Get up there, baby. Let's go. Ah, didn't hold, though. Darn. Well, we'll have a chip in at it. But yeah, this is another hole. You try to birdie this all 4 rounds, really. Short par 5s like this. Gotta try to get it close to get a birdie. Oh, we're chipping in for an eagle. This is a little bit of a harder green to hold just because it peels off on the left and the right. So you kind of have to ride a fine line on this one. But it's one that you can go for. 4 under at the turn, not too bad. And we come up to our next par 5. Again, try to stay right half. It bleeds back into the fairway. Left half, you have to fight with this bunker a lot more. So just try to keep it right half of the fairway. Watch it bleed back into the fairway. So you can get a nice little second shot in for another chance at an eagle here. I wouldn't doubt if we saw some, maybe some albatrosses this week. Because all of these par 5s you have a chance to get to, so. And the greens aren't, like, terrible. Like, this isn't, like, an extreme green. It breaks off a little bit to the right. You could bleed off to the left. Could bleed off to the right into this little waste area down here. But it's fairly straightforward coming into the hole. You have a good chance to make it in there. Ah, not far enough right. So this is gonna bleed off into this little waste area down here. But we'll have a nice little chip region to get into this. Maybe make it. Let's go, baby. Whew. Oh, fist pump. Oh, fist pump. What I'm talking about. Nice little eagle. Replay Primo. Worked to perfection. As we take a 6 under in. On track. This is the one hole that I kind of have a little bit of a problem with, just because I play for a fast. I've ended up down here a few times, and while you can hit into the green, you usually end up on the right side and have a pretty bad putt. So just try to keep this as right most as you can, just because it bleeds a lot to the left, and you can kind of get yourself into a pretty bad situation if you get in behind those trees. Normally, like, what happens is you'll get in behind those trees, you'll go for like a draw, I'll slow it or something, and I'll end up here with a putt down this hill, which is a very, very, very bad putt to have. It runs out a lot, and you can get yourself into a lot of trouble, so try to avoid that. Good thing my finger just slipped off, and we're going to slow it. Well, you get to see this putt. You will get to see this putt. You got to really short this. You gotta really short this. Because this thing just keeps going. You don't think it's going to, but then it just keeps going, and keeps going, and keeps going, and keeps going. So you gotta play this back a lot. That was actually good speed. Look at that, even hitting it that slow, it's still rolled 6 feet past the hole. And honestly, that wasn't even... If I got it a little bit further, that putt would have been even worse. Like, if I got it further on my approach shot, that putt would have even been worse. Just because it starts to really break heavy once you get past a certain point. The break there wasn't too bad, so... Alright. Another par 3. Fairly long par 3. Just keep it on the second level. Even if you go past here, it's not terribly downhill. You can play for it. If you can play for this region right here, like, that's the most ideal, just because you'll have an uphill putt, but you're kind of playing with fire just because of this. If you end up down here, that's almost an unmakeable putt. So you can try. You can try to go for it. I just usually shoot long here and just play for a putt downhill. Because playing short and missing it too short is a death sentence on this hole. You have a good chance at getting bogey, double bogey if you end up down there. Because you'll be within the 75-foot range, so you won't be able to chip it up or splash it up or anything of that nature. So just give yourself a shot. Which is what I'm gonna do. Give myself a shot. Oh, at least the putting's all right. All right, 7 under now, going into another par 5. Easily the longest one, and the one that you're going to have the most trouble reaching into. You got to play for an overpower here. 103, 104, 105. And then we got to hope for a pretty good lie to go driver into this. I actually went a lot further than I thought it was. Oof. We can actually take a 3-wood into this. Okay. I have not taken a 3-wood into this yet, this hole. I've had to take driver every time. Man, I kept that, like, perfectly to the left. If we would have kept that right, it rolls out a little bit more to the right. You know, you'll end up down in this region, and I've had to take driver in. But, no, we're actually in good position here. It's the first time I've been here. Let's see. God, not right enough again. Roll back in. Maybe a chip in? Maybe a chip in, question mark? Oh! Almost. Birdie it is. Actually works out. Okay, keep that as left as possible. And you'll be able to take that 3-wood in if you're using that 245 or 248 3-wood. Another grip and rip. Another grip and rip. Short side green, but still something you can work with. Even if you fast it, you'll have a pretty easy splash shot coming up. Even on the right side, I know this lip looks daunting, but it gives you just enough green that it's actually doable. Dang. Still okay, though, as long as we're putting uphill. Oh my gosh, edge burners, man. Whew. Got a couple of them. That big lip out, too. Still an 8 under, though. As we're moving on to 15. Water starts to begin to come in play. Got a little bit of a backstop behind you here. We're going to go right at it. Fasted it. So we're going to take it long. Have a little bit of a downhill putt here, but we'll still have a chance at birdie. Albeit a much harder chance, but still a chance. Tough putt. Tough putt. Too hard. Hit the cup. Hit the cup. Hit the cup. Hit the cup. Man, if I would have got distancing right, that would have been such a good putt right there. We probably would have Drano maxed that. Man. Just hit it a touch too hard. We'll get our par at least. All right. First time that the water really comes into play. Like I said, don't be afraid to hit it into the rough. Just stay away from the freaking water. You have so much fairway over here. Do not make the mistake of trying to cut corners to get a little bit of an easier shot. Just avoid the water at all costs. You have so much fairway to work with. There's no point in even cutting it to get an extra 15 yards off it. Because look, I'm bringing an 8 iron into this. God, I still fast it. Dang it. Just play it off, though. We will take our par and to be happy with it. And to be very happy with it. As we sit at an 8 under. All right, this is one of the trickier ones. So, you got a couple of decisions to make. You can take driver up, but you can also lay this thing up. Look, if you hit it like 3 iron, 3 hybrid, 5 wood, 3 wood range, you will still only have a $1.29 to go. So you can get it up here just if you want to get it up into like a pitching range or a very like a lob wedge range, sand wedge range. But if you want to play like sand wedge, pitching wedge, 9 iron, 8 iron, you can still do that and be very, very, very happy with it. Especially since the green is located in a kind of a centrist location on the pin is located on a centrist location on the green. Then if you hit it short, like coming into this green, you're coming in with a 9 iron or a pitching wedge. You'll be able to spin this and stop this close. I pull out the big dog because, you know, the big dogs eat, so we're going to drive this thing down here. But you are safe to take in an iron or a wedge. It plays perfectly fine from there. Taking a 3 iron, taking a 3 wood, then take a pitching wedge in. And we fast it again. Well, that's getting old. Okay. Let's see if we can make this. Not high enough. Oh, slow down. Oof. That was scary there for a second. I thought that was going to roll all the way. Another par we go. Man, I sure wish we wouldn't be hitting fasts. Grip and rip. Hole 18, grip and rip, dude. You can hit it up and over this tree yet again. Just grip and rip it. You get right up over that tree. Loft up your driver and grip and rip, dude. All funnels back. Try to end this with a birdie. Which we are going to try to do. Hey, didn't fast it, but we pushed it a little bit. Still a decent location to end, though. All right, let's see if we can end this on a birdie for a 9 under. Yes, we can. All right. Hey, that's a good way to end it. End it on a birdie. End it on a 9 under. And that is the Georgia Match Club. You see the scores going up? 12 under, 11 under, 10 under, 9 under. Looking over the event stats, 92% fairways in regulation and 83% greens in regulation is what I had. And that, for me, has been pretty average par for the course, just because the fairways are so sprawling and big. The light rough all over the place. To hit greens is pretty easy because the greens are very big and sprawling as well. You have some chances to score at this course. Even if you get conditions that are a little bit windier, you're still going to have chances to score at this course, just because of the way the course is set up as a whole. I know there probably wasn't a whole lot of like commentary during this of like things to do, spots to hit on the green, but for the most part, this course in general is just pretty straightforward. There's not a whole lot of like course management to do, just because of how forgiving the course is in the grand scope of things. So that'll do it. That's your CC course guide for this week and the Lake Bays Classic. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on the video. Think about subscribing to the channel. I also stream live over at twitch.tv/RespawnTV if you want to catch the live side of things. We are over there streaming Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday starting at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Hope you have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Deuces.